People sure don't get high like they used to, lining up round 9 like they used to. Bright nights, marquee lights, oh it feels like years. When I was a kid I thought that it would last forever. The sun beating Cleveland Circle path, counter weather. And now I see the seasons ticking by. Does anyone know what I've done? It feels like years. Does anyone know what I've done? Am I even here? Does anyone know what I've done with myself? Tropical dress code, and Jameson ain't the same with my ID and my real name. Does anyone know what I've done? It feels like years. Does anyone know what I've done? Am I even here? Does anyone know what I've done with myself? We don't wanna hear
All right then, that was somehow rather well timed. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Blake for Little Regret. Hope you guys are having a good tail end of your year. I guess you got about a week to go, more or less. Happy holidays to you, for starters. Let me go ahead and start there. Yeah, and I hope you guys are having a good holiday. I might have some later other content on other platforms that are not these live platforms that is adjacent, but that's neither here nor there. Right now I just want to go ahead and jump into some daily races. Probably going to be doing... Oh, it seems like my mic is a little bit hot. Goodness, I can't talk today. We're going to be doing mostly daily race B. I'll turn down my microphone and get that sorted, because for whatever reason it's hot. It's hot. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit better. Still good, still good. Alright, that's a lot better. Anyways, I already have been testing this out a little bit, but I haven't really set any serious laps. But I do think that there's going to be a lot of good racing here if we can keep it clean. And that's going to kind of be the name of the game today. Because if I can't get through the race cleanly, it's not really going to be worth much. And usually there's a lot of sprawl here. There's a good amount of room to work it out, but very tricky corners as well. With a car that's got an understeery tendency. We're in the Group 4 Corvette C7. So that should be a fun time. Lots of understeer. We can only adjust brake balance. No suspension settings this time around. So we're going to have to make it work. But ye of little faith often does not much accomplish. So we're going to go and switch out studio mode. Get ourselves running. We got a 43 on the board. 39.9 is our top of our friends board. And we're going to probably spend at least until... We're not going to jump into the race at the bottom of the hour, so not at 4:30 my time. Be 4:50, so 10 until the next hour, pretty much. So we're going to have a good amount of time to practice, some 30 minutes. And I'll be watching laps, downloading ghosts, kind of getting all the ancillary information I can in that time. 650 seems to be a fast car. 458, NSX. Nothing out of the ordinary here, really. I would expect just as much. You want a good handling car in most cases. It seems like the 650 is doing a lot of that. This is not a handling car, but I think that it's going to have the edge in a couple of other places that other people will be struggling in. There's like 3 good straights on this track that I would really want to focus on. So having that advantage there might be worth a thing or two. So that's enough waffle. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Get on up and through it. The toughest thing for me has been braking today. I have my brakes a little bit stiffer than usual, so that there's less kind of like spongy area up at the top, so I can get kind of a more direct brake feel. But like even if I push into that, I'm barely registering any brake pedal at all, which tells me that my potentiometers are dirty on here. I might try the 650 later, only been using the 458 so far. That makes sense. I might try to drive one of those, just to see kind of what it compares with the cars I'm kind of frequenting. But the 458 I think is also going to be pretty fast here anyhow. It seems like there is also multiple options within like the top 50 spots. Plus, it's also only Tuesday, so maybe that'll change. Oh, and that is what you always want to avoid there. Keep hopping that curb. It's not the one. This Ghost is at 43 lap that I was talking about earlier, but I think that I made a pretty grave error in this next chicane coming up, so it's going to probably not be worth much. We'll go ahead and treat this as kind of our banker for now. A comedy of errors, if you will. That kind of comedy of errors. So I think we're just going to try and focus on getting consistently in the 40s for now. Once we do that, then definitely go back and check replays, see what we're missing. So there's going to be definitely at least something on the table. Then we can go from there. Honestly, like, just cleaning up a lot of these sectors will yield me probably just that second that I'm looking for now. I keep overslowing there, that's the issue. If I don't overslow, then that corner becomes so much easier. It has this weird effect where, like, you have to commit, because if you don't commit, you dip a wheel, you get that bounce, and suspension is still a little too soft. Which causes all kinds of problems. It's an aggressive hit, too. What ultimately happens is you're not getting a very consistent contact patch. Okay, that could have been better. So how much of those chicanes can I take is the question. I know you can usually get a wheel inside the race portion, but sometimes that will yield a penalty, and I don't know if this is one of those times. So we're going to try it out. Okay, well that's an improvement at least. The ghost keeps resetting each sector so I can still see it, which at this point in time doesn't really help me. Okay. I'm surprised I even got that much rotation, but it was kind of an understeer, snap oversteer moment. Where I tried to force the car in, and then as soon as I poked it with the throttle, it kind of just caused a snap. And that's, yeah. That was not perfect, but that was sort of what I was talking about. I was able to gain a lot of time back there just because I didn't overslow for the previous portion of that corner. So you kind of have that quad apex thing going on. It's understeer though. I need to quit driving like that. Understeer is bad. What can you do? Let's try and brake a little later here. Okay, we can get it on the 100. As long as we're consistent, the car will take it. But it is going to have quite a bit of bearing on how it's going to enter the corner. So we have to use a lot of that energy just to slow the car down. Can't really turn quite as well. So for me, I'll have to brake a touch before the 100. I'm sure the faster cars in category are probably braking on or past. What's the best time you've managed in the 458 up to this point? I forget how long that corner is, so you actually can afford to go a little bit deeper. You don't want to go crazy, though. So if it's too shallow, you just ruin the corner. Also, my foot is genuinely starting to hurt, and I haven't been driving for 12 minutes. Yeah, so this may not be the one. Just stupid. I hate that the pots are dirty, because, like, I have that soft area of the brakes, but also there's nothing going on there, so it's really not helping. It's effectively like my brakes do actually need to be bled. We'll try and get through here with some speed. Go a little further to the left. Start that turn earlier. Yeah, okay, you can lift a lot less now. It's a grip issue. And the answer is just giving it more space. I'm sure that a good number of the other cars don't have to worry about that. Okay, let's try this again. I need to try and actually do something with these chicanes, because I keep trying to charge the corner to see exactly what I can get away with, and that keeps leaving me off in the weeds somewhere, or jumping the curb. Neither of which are helping me much. And I'm also just trying to get on power way too early at that last corner. You can see a little bit of restraint went a long way there, even on a scruffy lap. Yep. That little wiggle cost me. I could have been probably like close to 2 cents up if I had kept it that little bit cleaner, but that's minutiae. That's not going to matter a ton right now. What is going to matter a ton is carrying the right amount of speed through all these corners. That was way wide last time. How did I get away with that? The answer is I had lost a lot of time. This is like slow, but appreciably slow, but slow. This is appreciably slow, but very slow. Oh, and I was late to make that switch. You have to be very intentional. Because I didn't have to like get on the brakes or anything. I lost so much time just by even not getting over to the left as early as I could. So you're at 40.542 currently. Okay. Good place to start the week out at. Let's try and get under this now. There we go. And what's the penalty situation looking like? Probably none. So again, it's scruffy, but we keep improving. Thought I was too early on power there for a second. I did catch probably a worse line, but yeah. Alright, let me try and keep warming up. Okay, I think I'm starting to get closer on turn 1. Why do I... I keep driving this car like it's on mediums. That's exactly what this is. I'm driving it like it's on mediums, and there's not that much grip at either axle. It's not that the tires suck, it's just that there's just a whole lot less in the entire package. Slightly better. And for sure adjusting this brake though before we get into the next one. There we go, late apex, all the difference. I was able to turn in a mile earlier. So that's the answer there. I need a late apex if I have any hope of getting a good time in this car. And I really need to... This car also is really good out of a dig. Okay. Let me try one more lap after this before I take a quick breather. Because we're still not in the 40s, and that's kind of where I said I wanted to consistently be at. We got another 20 minutes to figure it out or so. It's 40.8. Let's see if we can keep it there. Ah, nuts. See, but even just being more patient on the throttle got the time back. Not sure how. I'm just slow. I'm still a little too slow. It's getting there. It's getting there. Like, I'm not miles off in turn 1 either. I'm just overdriving it that little bit too much. Yeah, and this later apex here should help us get on power a little bit more smoothly. See, gaining time back. I arguably had a worse line just by not making mistakes. It's all coming together. Anyway, nothing you guys haven't already seen or heard before. that was slow. There's not a whole lot to be gained there, other than the fact... Oh, never mind, I lied entirely. Slow? That was slow, I guess. Yeah, I picked up the throttle too late. I either needed to have a tighter line or I needed to pick up the throttle earlier. I wasn't maximizing the grip usage there. Anyways, I feel like I can improve still. And that was a pretty consistent lap, but let me back up for a second. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Snoz was just talking about that. By the way, if you guys, William, I know you were just there. We were literally both just there. But I met someone new today. His name is Schnozberry. If you're looking for someone new to check out, especially on GT7, I'd say definitely give him a look. He's very engaging, very just personable guy who's on the game. A lot of good knowledge to spread, but also just has a good attitude about it. So I would highly recommend we go ahead and SO him in the chat really quick once I get a moment. I'm having a comedy of errors with my mouse. I would highly recommend we go ahead and SO him in the chat really quick once I get a moment. Sorry, it wasn't supposed to be open. So yeah, there you go. Go ahead and check them out, please. That last stream was really fun. They're going to be doing... I'm not sure if it's a championship or if it's just a series of races every Thursday. Sounds like fun. I'm going to be there. Stream will not be running because that's his deal. That would be disrespectful. But I think that it'll be a good freaking time. So I'm planning on sliding through. A lot of road cars, a lot of complicated tracks, stuff to keep you on your toes. If you want to race and you want to really test yourself, check it out. Check it out. He has all the information there. I literally just downloaded a Google Doc and I'm gonna study it voraciously because I'm sweaty. What was I doing before that? Sorry. At least that worked out fine. Lovely. Anyway. Yeah, there's nothing else I can really do. I feel like if I push the brake bias forward a couple, that might be an interesting change to make. But before I do any of that, let me leave that alone. And I'm just going to go ahead and watch some laps before I try too hard to start improving, because I'm going to get frustrated. I'm good for that. I'm great for that. There's the OBS. Cool. Anyways, let's go to the time trial ranking. So 37s are the order of the day if you're at the top of the top. Not where I am, but you know what? Still possible at this stage. I'm interested in seeing what some of the front engine cars are doing up here. But let me see. Yeah, F-Type is pretty similar to what we're running, so I'll go ahead and check that out. Right now we're sat just below 5,000. He's trying to make it like real-life autocross with packs, adjusted tunes, and everything. It's a nice change of pace to different tracks than you normally see. Yeah, that was the... I'm sorry for yelling. That was the one thing that struck me the most when I went there. Like, we were driving Group 3 cars a moment ago, but it was more the variance. It was the attitudes, the quality of driving. It was a breath of fresh air, quite literally. So that was what I really enjoyed about it. If you're a daily race aficionado, or whatever you want to call it. Adjusted time. PAX adjusted time. So bad. Sorry. I saw that down first before I read that message, and I forgot to adjust it. But thank you so much for the additional info, William. if daily races are all that you do and all you're interested in, then I'd say this is a good way to improve in them. And if you're looking for something fresh to do that's with a good group of people, this is definitely something you need to check out. NA in particular. Anyways, let me quit waffling. Okay, on the brakes at the 100-meter board, getting a good amount of rotation in. Just out to the edge of the track. Very clean arc. Hardly a wiggle. Just get on over nice and gentle all the way to the right, up past the curbs. Tosses it in. Still doing about 200k going through the first apex. You don't really hit the second two. You just need to focus on the first and the last for the most part, which is the mistake I was making. I was trying to hit both the first and second. And I eventually learned not to hit the third, but you can miss both the first and second. Just toss it in. They can stay a lot further to the right than I can. I have to apex late there. In this car, at least. Up on the curb. Alright. Got a good amount of rotation through there, but it was very, very well balanced. Kind of tell the car was up on the tire as he was getting out to the curb. Probably braking right at the 100 here. Yep, at or if not past. Still gets it inside of that curb lip. Inside the curb lip. Nice, good exit. Opens up the corner as best as he can. As they can. Stays out for quite a while, but doesn't let... I wouldn't say stays out for quite a while. I'd say takes a pretty natural arc through the corner. Probably able to get into the corner earlier than I can at this moment in time. It's a good lap to watch, though. Let me check positioning one more time on that. Okay, so on the brakes just before the 100 board here. Not quite there. Not out to the curb, but definitely using every bit of the tarmac that is there. Doesn't really jump up on the inside curb there at first either. Not necessarily, just gets maybe a sniff of the second apex. I mean, hit the apex, but just a sniff of the apex curb, I mean. Definitely all the way out to the curb on the exit of the first two turns. Out here, mounting the curb pretty much, going all the way out, so you can really carry through the first part of the turn. Then you're going to go a little wide coming in around. You see he's already at the edge of the track limit right here. And it's more about carrying the speed going through these middle apexes. And then here, you get in, you don't hit the curb, but you try and close up that distance and run it out to the outside. They can break past the gantry. I'm pretty... I have to break pretty close there. Using the curbs, too, so there's no excuse that you can't use the curbs unless they're really tall. It's funny, I guess maybe the cars were set up for it on my end. But I think that what's really happening is that they're being a lot more tactful about how they're hitting the curbs as opposed to what I was doing. Yep, and keeping it well to the inside there. When the track starts to go to the right, he lets the car go out to the left. On the brakes, just about the 100. 2 tires on the curb. That's about all he needs. Inside. Inside. And then does he hook the car? No, does not. Never really hooks the curbs at any point. But definitely not afraid to ramp. Particularly the shorter ones. Anyway. And then all the way out to the outside. I think that's plenty of what we need to see. Let's go ahead and download the Ghost. It won't let me do that from here. That's okay. Cool. Anyhow. So yeah, we have about 7 minutes to improve our time. That's actually pretty solid way to go about it. Alright, we are entered. We're probably going to have... what? It's a minute 40. I think we can safely say we'll have maybe 3 laps. Keyword maybe. I'm not going to mess with any settings. We should be able to do brake balance in car. And that should afford us the luxury of being able to play with the only tuning item that's really there. So that should be fun. Also, don't know how this GoPro camera up here, the one I'm pointing at, is doing. It looks like it's hanging in there. So I'm happy for that. But, yeah, I know it's a little bit limited. But you can kind of see what's going on with the inputs at least. So it's a lot of positional data. Plus, you also have everything on the HUD, too. So. Okay, let's just try and nail it straight away. Okay, that was a bit off the mark, to say the least. Glad we're going for it straight away, but let's cool it down a little bit. Okay. So I'm gonna have to go about getting that rotation a different way, because the chassis is not going to just move like that for me, so I have to get that brake modulation done a little bit better, and probably take a slight bit less speed, but more importantly, the brake modulation. Okay. I got kind of lucky that I went to a 4-wheel there, but at the same time, something I don't want to replicate. Okay. I was able to brake a little bit later there and still get underneath, but I think that was only just barely. Probably not going to be as easy for me to do on repeat. Bad bounce. Alright, okay, but I think we're going to be able to settle into a pace at this point, at least. Which is more important for me. Ah, crap. Do I want this lap for the practice, or am I gonna... Because if I restart, I have effectively 1 lap left. Yeah, let's just go ahead and restart it, because I don't think I would have even gotten another lap if I continued with that. What I will do, though, I'll try it on 4 instead of 5 and see if that helps me any. No, it's definitely not you. I have not been the most steadfast in the streaming world, but it's good to see you, Vise. Always a pleasure. Hopefully you can give me some quick tips and tricks. Otherwise, we're just going to try and get settled in for these dailies, as we normally do. Oh, that was much better. I forget what the lap time was on that last one, but it's not really important. It's at least 3 or 4 tenths off, anyhow. Come on now. Okay, that's closer to the main idea. We still have some work to do there, but it's literally... We haven't started the first race yet, so we'll learn quite a bit in the middle of it. And then I lost the rear. I still am getting the sensation I can brake deeper there, but I don't think I should. So I feel like if I even try and push it that little bit further, it's going to result in a big time loss. But how are you doing? How are your holidays going? For starters, how are you doing, would you say? I don't so be focused on the lap, but I'm glad to see you. I genuinely am. Okay, I think we got it. We improved at least, but that's, I think, all I can say. 40.1. Alright, we'll take what we can get. You're right, I do need to focus on that lap. I'm getting into old habits where I read chat and I drive, and that's not the one. But I'll take it, because I think that'll at least put us mid-pack. I don't really know. Yeah, we'll say mid-pack. I really couldn't tell you. I'm sorry that you're working tomorrow, though. I wish you had more time to just relax and enjoy the reason for the season. But the capitalism does run hard, and they're trying to get me to go back to work later this week, too. So, I hear ya. Well, one of my employers is. The other one kind of doesn't really give a crap about me, but neither here nor there. Alright, so we're going to be starting, is that P9 or P10? I think that's P9. Should be an interesting race. I'm going to be outclassed in the corners, surrounded by McLarens, and generally just all cars that can handle better than me. So the real focus, the heavy focus, is just making sure that I do not run wide. If I run wide, that's going to be a cause for concern, because no one else is going to be super understanding, if you catch what I'm saying. Not that I'm expecting it to be dirty, but you know, like, if you have other cars that are able to handle a little bit better, they're usually going to do everything in their power until they recognize an accident's going to happen. Which I agree with on some level. I thought I was going to wear the sweater for the entire stream. This room is not insulated, and it's, I think, 20-ish degrees. We had some nice little post-Christmas snow, so yeah. But it's actually warming up in here, fortunately. Everything's going nuclear, so I think I can go ahead and take this off after this race. Meanwhile, let's see if we can make it a good one. Start in the middle of the pack, like I said, but we're going to try and improve on any chaos that we find. Brake balance is good, fuel's good. Just get the radar on and get it focused. And to everyone watching, keep an eye out for me. I'm in a Corvette. I don't have steering like you guys. Guess they're pulling over so they can start from the back. Shrug. I got on the brakes a little bit early, but I just want to make sure I didn't outbrake myself. There's a good sizable stagger on the rolling start. I wish it was a little tighter, but oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay. Yep. God. You know, I lost my focus there, but that's whatever. Race goes on. Okay, asshole. Oh, fuck that guy. It's funny, I thought about taking off the audience tag for the stream. I'm glad I didn't, because I immediately got freaking... immediately started flaming. Cool. Well, I'm keeping an eye out for this McLaren, because he's kind of shown contempt. Well, I was slow through there. I earned that one. I definitely boxed him there, but whatever. Yeah, I took that bait there. I lost that position through hubris. But that's what the first race is for, so I'm not too worried about it. Thought I was in second. Anyway. Yeah, so I might want to try and defend a little bit more on the inside and just take a more measured approach. But the issue on lap 1 was obviously that I just outbroke myself. You always have to remember that the car is going to feel a little bit different with a full tank of fuel, and I just let that slip my mind. Ooh, that was brave. Bravo, sir. Thank you so much for the follow, GR Almeida. I heard my own voice, it scared me. It's the first time I've ever seen that, but cool, it works. Excellent. You know, fix some stuff on Streamlabs, though. Just get our head down, figure out what's going on. There's still positions to be had if we can have them. Speak of the devil. Yep, that's right. Play that braking zone. Do what you gotta do. I ain't mad at you. But I can't turn like you either, so you kind of turned in on me. Yeah, the race line versus the quali line is very different. And that was the first mistake I made, so it happens. Stuff like that happens, you just gotta keep your composure. It's when you have those races that actually matter, you can actually keep it together a lot better. Especially because you have the practice working for you. There we go. That's the corner exit we were looking for. Have fun on iRacing with Vise. I'm sure you probably already dipped out by now, but bye! Trying to just look up on straightaways and not during the cornering sequences. Woo! Big jump. I was gonna hit a brick above me or something. Alright, let's try and just get a hot lap going for this final one. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy, but you know what? This is exactly what I needed. A little bit of a kick in the butt. Ah, crap, that was... okay. I just missed the apex, but otherwise it was alright. Yeah, it seems like brake balance 4 is working better than 5 for me. I'll say that. I will say that. If that's still legal, then I'm going to be surprised. But you know what? Hey. I managed to glide over the curb in a way that worked for me, so we'll take what we can get. Ah, crap. Yeah, they got a much earlier apex than me, but that also means that I can get a run going into the final chicane. Doesn't seem like it's going to be worth much, though. He's pulling on me. Just gotta be cleaner, then, if that's the case. Oh, you got a 0.5. That's my opportunity. Oh, and it's going to force him to slow down. Instead of taking the 1 second. Oh, by apex early, too. Yep, yeah. That was sort of the linchpin right there. There's a lot of things that happened, and I got ahead of myself. But there's a lot, and I do mean a lot of crap that I learned in that race. So I feel a lot better going into the next one, even if I'd use the same crappy car, which I intend to for now. Keyword for now. But yeah, that sucked on a lot of levels. The pace is there, but I have to be a lot better as a driver, so life happens. That one... We didn't lose any SR, that's all I really care about at this stage. Anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and... Let me download that ghost this time around. If I can. I'm not sure if it'll let me run with it while I'm entered. Not what I wanted to do. I might have to load it while I'm on track, which is somewhat unfortunate, but you know, that's sort of what I expect. Also, there might be a small chance that I go ahead and set the PS4 aside in favor of something else soon. But we'll see. Still be on GT7 quite a bit regardless. So yeah, it just lets you play it here. There's no option to download it. And I don't remember seeing an option to download on the screen a second ago. Is what it is. Yeah, just view profile or play replay. Cool. So I guess we have to go on track to do it. We still have 8 minutes to get our lap in, so let's just go ahead and give it a shot. This is probably, and keyword probably, the last time I'm going to use this car, but if this goes significantly better, maybe I'll change my tune. Okay. Yeesh. Yeesh is the word. Can I download it, please? Pretty please? Beautiful. Okay, that was all we needed. And we'll see if it works this time, actually. Alright, let's just get a couple laps in. Yeah. This car is the reason I'm thinking about not signing Chevrolet for the new season, but I'm figuring it out. That was what I forgot to do. The damn brake pedal. Sorry, that was quite an exclamation. Okay, yeah, that should be significantly better. A lot easier to hit full pressure now. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, yeah, I feel like I can actually work with the car now. Cool. So I think what was the issue was, a big part of the issue was that the trail braking was so tough because I couldn't really keep the car at higher levels of brake pressure. That would let the ABS start to back off while still getting a decent amount of stopping power. And so I was just having a mighty struggle, and I'm still having something of a mighty struggle. Matter of fact, I don't think I finished the job down here. It's these gloves that are the issue. Cool. Alright. Well, 2 laps. Let's make it count. Okay, and that wasn't even far off my bench, so that's good. Yeah, you can see how much earlier they were able to get on power. And if I commit to rolling in a little bit easier, that could be me too. It was very easy to see from that exact perspective. I'm just gonna stick with it, because why not? Yeah, now I'm starting to second guess myself a lot, and that's sort of becoming a much bigger problem to overcome. And it really shouldn't be. Brakes are a lot easier to work with, though, at least. Then. Okay, yeah, this is so much easier now that I have brakes. Even if it's just a little bit of brakes. Alright then, last lap before we go in, I'm just gonna try and concentrate and shut up. Damn it all. I think there's still room to improve. I'm just gonna keep at it. Yeah, I mean, this will be at least an improvement, so up the time. Let's stick with it. Yeah, what is it with me in that curve? I cannot. Nah, not quite 39, but we'll take what we can get. So yeah, and again, the key here is just to make sure that I'm not driving like an idiot, because the more I can avoid that, the better. And if that means I'm slow through this, I was trying to point at the damn monitor. If I'm slow through that quad apex corner, then oh well. Because that's not really a great place to pass anyway, unless you're being slick. Though it's a great place for me to lose positions, I should say. But if I'm good on defense, I can at least make it hard as shit for them. That's the one thing I can say. Alright then. Let's try and make this race go a little bit more to plan this time. Not have a grand old skill issue. So what we gotta do now, it's real simple. Just gotta lock it in the pocket. Lock into the pocket. I also did just set up sound alerts, so if that's a little bit annoying or overdone, let me know. You know, I'm always looking for feedback. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to implement it right away. But, you know, I do want to like make my stream as good as I can, even if I don't get on as much as I should. Doesn't mean I don't have an eye for quality with the limited amount of resources I have. Oh, I see, they're burning fuel. Okay, so I feel like now that we have a better brake pedal, this might severely change the tenor of the race, but we'll never know until we actually get there. So let's just try not to embarrass ourselves. And right now the channel points are a Twitch only thing. So if you guys are on any of the other platforms, I'm trying to work on integration, but since Twitch is kind of my first home, it's sort of where most of the new stuff's getting tried out first, at least. A little bit more brave on the brakes into one, but nothing crazy. All you need to do is hang on to position. When the car's heavier with fuel, it's a little bit less difficult to manage, but I don't want to speak too soon. And there we go. Alright, radar on. Let's just try and just knock some repeated 140s in. That's all we can do. Hopefully no one gets in our way. A little bit of chaos and carnage going on up there. I missed the apex. A couple of people having moments. Traffic density is getting very interesting. We're having a round of no hesi on the racetrack. I'm not going to be able to get him before the turn. Probably back. Yeah, I'm going to have to back out. There's no way, unless he broke early. Come on now. That could not have been worse positioning for me. There could not have been a better time for them, a worse time for them to do that. We're well held there. We at least were able to keep the inside, hang on to the position. Alright. Stick with it. Woo! We couldn't quite get it done. I did what I could safely, but couldn't quite do it. And now I'm getting freight trains, so that's fun, but what can you do? Just gotta stay frosty. Come on, y'all. Stay on pace. If you're gonna freight train me, you better be quicker. Or else I'm gonna give you hell. Okay, I'll break yourself then. Or don't, because I wasn't gonna make that apex. Maybe if you weren't there, but it would have been tough for me. So if you can get there and not hit me, then fine, by all means. Okay, I'm pretty confident that guy just tried to ram me off, but whatever. I'll make it back. He's that intimidated, and there's a reason. Terrible exit. Yeah. Yeah, you better run while you can. Yeah, this guy's an asshole. I'm basically... If he tries to do that crap again, I'm just gonna run him off the road. Well, we got away with it. gonna get one more through the 3 seconds about to happen. Wow. I'd be pissed. I'd be upset. I would genuinely be upset. I would be beefing in chat right now. Because that was so unnecessary. Like, there was a 3-second penalty going on, and basically the guy at the 3-second, I think, was being a little petty. But for whatever reason, the guy who was right behind him was also just playing along. Either just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, or just playing along. And, what else can you say? Yeah, despite the fact that that race did go better, certainly not going to run the Corvette again. That was a terrible idea. We stuck with it for as long as it made sense to. That was kind of stupid. I lost SR for that? How? So I lost SR because the guy in the Mazda basically was being a dick? We're just being frank? We're telling it like it is? I get it. It's funny, I was screen sharing this on a Discord server with one of my college buddies, and he's like, why did you get penalized if you were the one who didn't do anything wrong there? I was like, that's life. Truly, that's life. Well, I'd say that we have 2, maybe 3 good cars for this. The Supra is always something I like to go back to. I've not driven the 458 all that much. I've not driven the 155 at all. I think I'm going to go with a Ferrari on this one. I'm going to try and just stick with it and stay in the right frame of mind. But that last race was just chaotic. Truly chaotic. Yeah, glad to be out of the Corvette, though. That thing sucked, quite frankly. What I'm struggling with, though, is I don't know if there's any real areas where that car actually is, like, really good. Like, I think it has that grunt. It can get off the corners really well. It can accelerate out really well. But that's about it. That is about all you're going to get. Anyway, let's not dwell on it. Just get in and drive. See how much front end we have. I'm not sure if you're supposed to rev this thing all the way out or not. I'm sure it revs a lot higher than the actual GT3 car. I'll just shift on the light then, if that's the case. Okay, there's clearly a lot more front end and a more, you know, rear's not in danger of slipping either. Okay. So yeah, the car feels decent. As far as the brakes, definitely need some more to the rear. Yeah, it's not as bad, but there's still definitely some pushy behavior going on with this too. So I have to work a little harder to get that time. You can brake a little later, and that's really going to be where most of your time comes from, it seems like. But big gains in turns 1 and 2, so that's good. And we're about 7 off where we need to be. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting more on power understeer actually, which is interesting. There we go, yeah. So the car can rotate more ultimately at peak, and the rear is more stable, but you get more on power push. Surprisingly than you did with the Corvette. And that's still 3/10 up with a pretty scruffy second sector. Try and kick the brake balance a little bit further back, and then we're going to go ahead and try this again. Yeah, that was more precaution than extra rotation. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's... When you get all the work done early, the car responds well. Point blank period. There we go. That was aggressively faster. We have time for one more lap, too. So yeah, if you have good throttle control, this car's gonna reward a bit more than the Corvette would, as you can imagine. Yeah, I get that. I think I dipped all 4 off there. Very odd, this is the first penalty I ever see for track limits, but I get it. This car is also about how much space you give it to do a thing at a time. Because you get all that on power push, the better you can set the car up in order to take a given... Oh, wow. The more room you can give yourself to take a given corner, the less lifting you have to do. Now, obviously, there's a point of diminishing returns, but it's a little further in than the Corvette was. Okay, another penalty. So yeah, to be careful if you ever are in danger of putting a wheel over that curb. Anyway, I already kind of effed that lap, so I'm going to go ahead and exit out. Okay, I'm happy with that time, though. I'm very happy with the time. Alright, starting a little bit further up the order this time. Nice. Still not quite on the pace I need to be, but 38-0, yeah. I'm not going to be there. We'll say that. I'm not going to be there. And I'm also thinking that we're going to probably do 2 more of these guys. Because the thing is that's crazy, and I truly do mean crazy, is that I've already been going for an hour 20, and I don't think I'm going to be really able to go over like 2 hours today, because I have to be somewhere at like 7, so we're going to go ahead and probably do 2 more of these, try and get a little bit more practice in, learn the car better. We won't be changing again, we'll probably stick with the Ferrari for the rest of the stream. Hopefully have a good race. I have to remember to change your brake balance once we get in there. I think 3 was our number, if I'm not mistaken. Because all you guys who've been here and who are sticking around, I appreciate you. It does mean quite a lot. Go ahead, stay engaged, drop a follow. For what those odd times I am live. That's the only reason I can say that. That would be a shameless plug, because you never know when I'm gonna get on. I don't have a really good thing, but if you follow me, you'll know when I get on. We can have a nice morning practice or afternoon chat or evening race, whatever you want to do. I'm here for it. On the days that I'm here for it, which you never know until you follow. But I'm always just a notification away. I feel like we should be much better equipped to defend positions now, so that'll be good. The car feels like it's decently powerful, and more importantly, we can handle stuff as long as we have patience. Just in case I get on the brakes early. Okay, just stay right here for now. No, I'm not going to force it right now. Yep. He played a good game. He sniffed, if that makes any sense. He just looked a little bit to my right side. Gave me the awareness to say he's going to cover it. Okay. Good thing I had the radar up, or else I would have caused a pileup there. Do we want it? I think we want it. Nice, and we're up to P5. Just like that. Holy crap, I got launched. Luckily we kept it on the track, but holy crap, I was not expecting it to jump like that. Almost outbraked myself there. Oh, we both did. Still an interesting one. See if I can join my countrymen up in the podium places. Doubtful. They are all right there, though. It's second ahead of us. And we have some buffer to the car behind, so let's try to not get held up. Just race efficiently more than anything. Fighting, that's the thing, is that you have to actually really pick your battles with this. And I actually appreciate this race for that exact reason, is that it's pretty intense and you do have to execute a lot of smart racecraft in a short period of time. Yep. That little snap cost me so much. They've been right on their bumpers right about now. Brake a little early just in case. Come on, Dee. Oh, follow up on the whole channel points thing. Or channel points thing. Follow up on the whole sound alerts thing. They are tied to channel points. They are not. You can see one that is on an extension that's bits enabled. There's only one of those. There are a bunch more sound alerts that are. If you just have channel points, you can just use those. If you squeeze me, I swear. Crap. Please, no penalty. He played that tight though. Like, he didn't really give me a whole lot of options. I either left it to him or I had to brake pretty deep, you know, and that's the nature of the corner. Because it's so long, having the inside is super beneficial. And I couldn't clear him, so what are you gonna do? Pick a better battle, clearly. And that's what I failed to do. But we're still here, and we can still see second. Just keep our spirits up, head on a swivel. Make this one count. Okay, throw it in then if you got it. Oh, we got a run. Easy. They had a little bit of understeer. Don't dump if you can't hold it. Don't dump it if you can't hold it. That's a hard lesson, though. That's a hard lesson you're only going to learn by doing shit like that. And yep. Yeah, I caught myself out there. Oh well. That was a hell of a save. That was I was just death flailing it at a certain point, I promise you. Because I felt that the car was not going to come back, but it was also not going super quickly. I just throw more wheel. How much more wheel you got? Give it to me. And I just happened to get lucky, because that clearly should not have gone my way. Not in a million years. Meanwhile, we can still hold on to P5. I have to do something about this SR, though. I don't know if they DC'd or what happened. That was interesting. Maybe it was them smurfing. I don't know. Shrug. At any rate, that one was a much easier race to manage. Like, I felt like I was actually just in it this time, but I need to get a lot better at that that corner at the end of Sector 1. I keep calling it Sector 2, but it's really the end of Sector 1. Because I'm having a rough time with that one. I at least gained some SR on that one. I don't know. I have feelings, but it's whatever. I do have feelings about that race. I also have feelings in general, yes. But he said thanks for the clean race. Yeah, I mean, I try to really give him as much levity as I could as a good racer and a good human person. So they really appreciated that. Anyways, let's try and make this last one count. We'll go ahead and start searching for somebody we can go ahead and raid. In the meantime, I want to see if the higher brake balances are worse or not. But yeah, this car has 20 more horsepower at Bob than the Corvette did. And I'm sure it maybe is a little bit heavier, but it's got that weight where it counts, quite frankly. So, a lot of shrugs tonight. But it's been fun. I don't know if like 2-hour streams are kind of short for the usual for what people do. I think for me, that's really about all I can sustain as a working person, especially considering that my paychecks are not always the best. We'll put it that way. I won't say anything about, you know, equity or anything like that, but they're just not always the best. So I need to put in those hard work hours if I want to, you know, eat and then also be able to race. Here, I do need a second to pause and like genuinely just like get my shit together. We'll call it a 3-minute timeout while I go ahead and search Twitch. But I also just needed some damn water. It's funny how it's really only 2023 in name only. I can't believe that much, but it'd be what it be. Let's go watch. Okay, I think we know exactly who we're rating after this. We know exactly who we're rating because Vise was here earlier. He's on iRacing right now. He popped in. He wished us some happy holidays. We're going to do the exact same for him. Also, go ahead and check out my friend GT Eddie. He is awesome. Someone who I used to race with on here. He used to be a freaking mega driver. Still is a mega driver. Just he's transferred that talent over to iRacing now. I can't say that I've transferred my talent over to iRacing, but I do have iRacing, and it's fun. I can totally understand. I'm also going to turn off the camera for a quick moment because I'm going to take off this sweater because this is not it. This is not the one. Some idiot told me to put on a sweater, and that was not the one. Oh, and I got to turn this off too. Forgot there are 2 cameras. 1 second. Oh my god, can I just say that's so much better? Like I feel like my body can breathe again. You know, to not mind the shirt too much, you know. Hopefully you don't mind a Christmas zombie apocalypse, but it is what it is. Very confident we will... Yeah, we only have 2 laps, really, to set another time. Alright, let's just try and stay focused in. We know what to do, we just gotta do it. I overslowed a little bit out of fear, so could have probably carried slightly more speed and had the proper line, but it happens. I had to take a slight bit of wheel out. Ah, okay. I clearly don't understand how to take that corner appropriately right now. I'm gonna continue the lap because it doesn't matter. I'm gonna have only 2 anyway. If I had restarted right then and there, I could have probably gotten 2 clean laps, but I really am more interested in just getting laps, period. And also having rest time. Not sure what I was doing there. I looked over at my monitor. Another thing that I was doing that was really bad when I was on the Corvette is I was downshifting too quickly. I was trying to really get the car down to the next possible gear. But a lot of times I was just bonking it off the limiter. And when you do that, you actually, effectively, it's almost like having the clutch in. Because if it's just running off the limiter, it's not putting the car really in gear yet. Until the wheel speed is low enough. Just as a safeguard in GT, because it's not programmed to go above a certain engine speed, so if that does happen, just to avoid any weird physics words that I probably shouldn't say. Okay, actually, I'm gonna actually restart that one. But yeah, to avoid any physics foibles, they just have it so the clutch essentially just disconnects while it's on the limiter. What the hell? Yeah, it's unfortunate. That transition where basically the car's dropping the wheels down, like, takes away so much grip from you. Also, the fact that you get so much more on-power understeer, it gets the front up so you can really actually have an easier time clearing those curves, too. Okay. This isn't going to be the lap of the gods, but I think it'll still be something competitive. Okay, very mild improvement, so we'll take what we can get. I wasn't expecting it to be an improvement at all. There was just a couple of really sketch areas. Namely, could have improved in both the first and... There are only 2 sectors! Oh no, that's not true. There are 3, I lied. Oh, that was an accident. Oh well. Alright then, let's go ahead and get ready for the last one. I might test the elder rappers that hype less. I be being covered by phonies and little tight fits. That's basically a man manic to urge your wifeness to listen up. Nikki sucking buttons. Now can you say? Okay, we should be starting about the same place. Looks like it's a largely different group of drivers though. So, let's make it count. So, the key thing is I was definitely trying to charge that quad apex way too much on the entry, repeatedly. So I'm going to take a relatively safe braking point, and whenever I have any like groups of people behind me or trailing or trying to get a run, I'm just going to go ahead and defend the inside, because whenever you do that, you have control over the rest of the dynamic of the corner, because the only part that really matters after that is getting to the final apex. Everything else is kind of whatever. I didn't try anything with a brake balance on that last one. Should have. It is the merge pool, hook it through. I ain't elegant, I am the virtue. Chew up any fakers who disperse poo. First dude ever to compress a set of skills to $1. I'm worth at least $1 million, no touch can make you holler. Father to those who want to be better. I don't know if my text chat went through, I don't think it did. But how dare he be right behind me like, hope I don't wreck anyone. Just ran into a crowd of pedestrians. I'm such a Sagittarius. That was the energy I was being given there. Yeah. Okay, cool. It's very nice, very nice. Let's do some pro strategy, keep it on the track. It's just a sprint race after all. It's easy. Easy. Let's do it. Oh, what is this? What just happened? Boom. Got one into one. Let's not get too cocky and just run with it. Yeah, the key thing is that, like, you're trying to get as close to the outside as you can without dipping. It's literally a very fine line. Yeah, and this car also with a full tank of fuel. A little bit more compliant. Seen it. I feel that, though. I genuinely feel that. I'm glad the 458 seems a little bit more compliant than the 650. Ooh, I hope that's not a penalty. Looks like we're alright. Anyways, so just forget that that happened and keep on racing. I need to have a more solid throttle on point for that corner, because I'm not consistent. But that's something for me to worry about later. Can't really fix it this race. Yeah, that was not the time to dip. Because now the McLaren behind has a run. McLaren ahead is getting away. Okay, now I feel like I'm finally starting to get my bearings there. The key thing, though, is that I always am like wanting to, like, oh yeah, you need to carry more momentum through this part, so I want to get back on the gas, and that's the worst idea, because at that point you're shifting all that weight back to the back, and then it has to go back to the front again when you let off. It's all just transitive. It's all transitive, and it'll hurt slap time. He's trying to break my toe. How dare you! Get back here with my toe! One of them's gonna be a penalty, I promise. It also does seem like that corner is worse in dirty air, like genuinely and legitimately, which is surprising. Yeah, I'm starting to get a better idea for how I want to take this section. Yeah, I feel like it's night and day between the time I started just a couple hours ago and now, so that's really good. That makes me feel good. So it means that I needed to do this race, and I gained something from it. And like, you can argue that a big part of it's the car, but I'd say that I really got a lot better in the Corvette just as well. Yeah, they're just... That's the thing, people are doing so much dumb stuff to break the toe that's causing accidents. Ooh, I got lucky there. If I had too much wheel in it, I would have definitely lost the rear. Okay, we're here. I don't think we're going to be able to do a whole lot unless we really commit to the bit, but hey, I think that the best thing we can do right now is just read the situation instead of trying to be heroes. Like I said, best thing we could do is just read the situation and not try to be heroes. Crap. Yeah, I don't know what it is, the dirty air. It feels like it's making a big difference, but we'll take third, I guess. It doesn't feel very earned, but we'll take it. Don't mind me, please. really does not feel very earned, but hey. Pro strats. Alright, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Works out. Cool. And we got the first clean race finally. We needed it. Excellent. I think that's a stream. I'm quite pleased with that. I was not expecting that race. He said peace and love. What on earth? That was a very confusing one. We got a lot of good race replays saved on that, though. Anyways, let me go ahead and get the train moving over here. You guys, again, thank you so much for being here. We're going to head on over, keep the party pushing over to Vivise. Good friend, good iRacer, the Melon Man, the myth, and the legend. So, if you guys are in for more of that, you want some more racing action, stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and over there right now. For the rest of you guys, take care, race fair, and I'll see you next time. Check it. It is the end.